It up for questions.
Really good win for our team. Thought we really grinded one out here tonight when we didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Found other ways to make the plays that we needed to make to win. And really happy about our guard play tonight. Thought it was fantastic. You know, Devontae in double figures, Josh in double figures. Both guys really did a great job at the free throw line. Only turned it over 9 times. I think that was a step in the right direction. Second half got a little bit sloppy, but for the most part, you know, we had to do the things that you had to do to win a league game that you know is going to go all 40 minutes. And really impressed with Penn State's team. They got some really tough personnel. Tony Carr's one of the best guards we've played all season long. And, you know, he kept those guys in it, I think, in the last 7 to 8 minutes, just, you know, sort of by himself. So, but for us, really happy for our guys being able to come back and work. We have to take a look at this film and then find a way to continue to take some more steps to keep getting better.
Zach?
I guess Colin said there was kind of an active conversation had about following one good performance with another, that there had been too many sort of dips after a strong game. Just, you talk about not shooting well, but kind of finding the other plays you needed to win. How encouraging is it to see Minnesota and then string it together with this tonight?
Yeah, I mean, attack mode, man. I mean, this time of year in January, you want your guys attacking. You don't want to have to coach them on every dribble and every pass. You got to give these guys, you know, the freedom to make some plays and being aggressive. And I think we're trying to get our guards to make some more plays. But I think the big thing is our attitude as a team is pretty good right now. And you know, with every injury and whatever, it just seems like we've had a couple opportunities for guys to step up and play, and they've made the plays. They've been ready. So it'll be the same on Sunday. Every game we play is going to be very difficult. We know that. If we could ever find our touch behind the line here at home, it would make some things a little bit easier. But I tell you, it feels good to win, especially in this conference, man. Every game's hard.
Pete?
Archie, you got, I think, a 23 to 1 edge in bench production. Just can you talk about that?
Well, you know, Penn State, just looking at their roster and what they've done, they had 5 double-figure scores coming into the game, and those guys played predominantly all the minutes when they sub. You know, obviously, I think there's, you know, they're not as deep as some other teams, but they're really good and they have great chemistry. So I don't think that the bench discrepancy was something I'd be surprised. Now, getting 23 points off our bench is nice. You know, Devontae getting 13 points, Colin getting 10 points off the bench. You know, those two guys being able to step in and play Big 10 minutes. I'm not sure we've had 5 guys in double figures at all this season, but really happy. Justin just couldn't get in the flow with fouls tonight, so hopefully he can get back in the mix and give us another presence. But it's going to be a different guy almost every night. The one guy who's really consistent is Juwan. I think he's been that way from the beginning. He's playing at an all-conference level right now.
Terry?
Newkirk bounce back game, 4
Yeah.
big free throws at the end.
Yeah. He did a nice job. I think he was playing pretty well all game long. His free throws, 4 assists, no turnovers. You know, that's the big thing for him. 4 assists, no turnovers. He ends up playing, I think, 30 minutes. So, you know, Josh is a great kid. He's a great teammate. Eventually, good things happen to guys like him who just stay with it every day.
Alex?
You mentioned Devontae. He played 21 minutes, also didn't have a turnover. Is that something you've seen growth with him in terms of his decision?
Well, just post Minnesota, you know, I think he and Josh both struggled taking care of the ball late in the game, you know, especially the last 8 minutes. I think we rode out the last 8 minutes of the game. And those guys just have to understand, you know, it's not about, you know, taking chances. It's about absolutely running the team and being a rock solid player, because if we don't turn it over, we're a better team. I think Devontae and Josh both got that message coming out of Minnesota, that if you're going to turn the ball over, you can't play. And thankfully, Al saved us in the Minnesota game, and then tonight, both those guys have emerged. And I've been saying, if we can get some consistency with our guards, just consistency and assist turnover ratio and some point production just a little bit, you know, we'll be a little bit better a little bit more to handle, you know, moving forward.
Go ahead, Jeremy?
It just seemed like you guys were a little bit more on the same page tonight. Have you kind of seen that coming, or just kind of what's been the difference?
We've been better, you know. I think, you know, even in the Wisconsin game, we were okay there for a while. We got soft against Wisconsin. You know, they got us in the last 8 minutes. But up in Minnesota, we were a collective group. I think understanding right now it's about playing to win. It's about going and getting the wins. Finding a way to get the win. I think that was a big boost at Minnesota, being able to get that one. Tonight at home against a good Penn State team, you know, I thought we played to win. I don't think there was any shenanigans going on out there, whether sloppy turnovers or, you know, lack of detail. We weren't great by any stretch of the imagination, but guys were locked in playing to win. I think we had a good mindset in terms of that, and we got to keep growing.
Mike?
kind of go back to Devontae for a moment. You've coached him now for a couple months. What's it like coaching a guy like that who kind of can freelance a little bit, but also obviously need to keep him within the constraints of the offense? So how do you kind of coach him? How do you kind of approach him?
You got to give Devontae his freedom. He's got to be able to willing to play through some mistakes as a coach. You have to give him some rope, but it's the type of mistakes. You know, is it the home run? Is it trying to go for the home run as soon as you get in, or are you easing your way into the game, making the right plays? And then when you take that chance, 4 or 5 minutes in, it's not so bad. I think that's the big thing for him, is to get himself eased into the game and play like he did tonight. He was very comfortable out there. Devontae's he's a tough guy. I mean, he's stubborn. I think the one thing about him is he's very intelligent. He knows that the better he plays, the better we're going to be. It's not like he doesn't want to play well or doesn't want to get more minutes. He wants them. He's just got to come our way. And if he practices every day like he does, there should be great translation in the game. And that's been the one frustrating thing. He has practiced really well. By far and away, one of our more talented guys on a daily basis. He just hasn't been able to really figure his role out and how he wants to play. And I think the big thing is go out there and play to win against the guards that you're going against. Attack them on the other end of the floor, be a pest defensively, and make some plays. And I thought tonight Devontae did a really good job.
Talk about Jawan playing all conference level, you say, but last 2 games he's improved, on the 3-point shooting as well. Are you still seeing improvements from him in all aspects?
Yeah, he was 2 for 17 from 3 going to the Minnesota game, and most of the threes he takes are good ones. I think he's just reluctantly stayed away from him because I think he's concentrating on other things. Against Minnesota, he had some good looks, and what's going to happen is, if Duran's not out there a ton, he's got a lot of different types of mismatches that he can get into, and I think just having some confidence on the wide open ones is good. He made his first 2 tonight, but I also think if you look at him, 11 rebounds, 3 offensive, 8 defensive rebounds. Those are the numbers that I'm looking at. The 21 points, some really good post-ups and some really good finishes as well.
What's the challenge of facing Stevens and Watkins down low, and how do you assess containing them and winning a rebound battle?
Well, they're a good 1-2 punch. Watkins is a great finisher and is a tremendous rebounder. I think he played a little bit through foul trouble in the first half. A little bit of foul trouble, which helped us. Stevens was terrific in the first half. We had no answer for him, especially early in the game. He brought it right at us. They have a good mix. They had great size under there, and they had versatility with Stevens, especially when he was shooting the ball like that. But rebounding is about committed on the glass, and I thought that 5 defensive rebounds by Zach, 5 defensive rebounds by Rob. Those are really encouraging numbers. Those are the ones we're looking at right now. Our guards got to find a way to mix it up and get defensive rebounds, and we were able to out-rebound them. We got some great hustle rebounds as well.
Jim?
Coach, you alluded to the shots not falling early on, and we're outshot substantially, but they did so many other things that you talked about all year long trying to get them to do. It seems like it's all kind of gelled at once, even the free throw shooting. You guys were like 80% the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Well, shooting the ball for whatever reason has been the one frustrating thing with this team. I've always said this. I think we're a better 3-point shooting team than we've shown. It just hasn't clicked. Guys are getting good looks. It's just not going down. But we're playing through that now. There's other ways you can win the game. You can win the game with stops. You can win the game with rebounding. You can win the battle at the free throw line. Hey, don't turn the ball over. There's a lot of other ways you can impact the game from shooting. Shooting doesn't have a whole lot to do with it. And I think if you looked at our Minnesota game, I think 5 of the 3-point shots in the game were by Justin and Jawan. You don't really account for that in your scoring output, but we found a way to hang in there. That's just what we got to keep doing. We got to keep getting better, and then I think you're starting to see some chemistry with some guys on the floor right now. In particular, I think some of these guys are starting to get really used to playing in a certain role. So we'll see. Sunday's going to be a heck of an environment. It's going to be a really tough game against a good team.
Jordan was talking about that period where Penn State kind of made that little run, got up ahead 1 or 2, and then you kind of got it back, and I think threw a run back on them, and he said that he feels like guys are better at stopping that stuff in real time, that they don't need to kind of have a timeout to regroup. Do you see that from your group right now?
A little bit, yeah. I think that we've played through some ups and downs, some runs. In days gone by, when you shot the ball the way we shot it in the first half, we've tended to really get frustrated and go away. That didn't happen. I thought we continued to fight, continued to battle through, and it was really, really important the last 4 minutes of the half that we finished the way we did. We ended up getting up 35-31 at the half, when it really, in all reality, it could have been down or more tight. So it was important to start the second half with a lead, and then, I think we played pretty comfortably in the second half. We didn't finish the last couple of minutes as detailed as we needed to be, to let that team sort of have that run to get it to 2 or 4 or whatever, but we'll get better. You just got to keep working at it. I think these guys want to do well, and we're just trying to teach them and improve them, you know, if you can get a little bit better every day individually and you can get your group, you know, to play tough, you know, that's the goal right now. Just keep getting tougher and keep getting better.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.